Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of my new account playthrough on Gems of War. This is episode 21, and we're going to go through the Leonis Empire quest line. I'm really excited. We got Cedric in the last the last episode, so we're going to be using Cedric with my bronze lock pistol and leprechaun, and really we can just use any troop that we want that's going to do damage in that third spot. So we tried using Kristinax last time and it was working okay, but there was some mana blocking going on there from both the pistol and my leprechaun. So this time around we're going to be using Elwyn. As you can see down here, I am currently using it. So the good thing about Elwyn is that it does a lot of single target damage, and it's boosted by those yellow gems that we destroy. So I just need to find, like here I can destroy 3 of them, and it didn't quite destroy those guys, but now we got way more yellow. Look at this. Boom, just destroyed that guy. So yeah, L1 is still one of the great early game troops. I would say probably L1 is useful all the way to like level 200 to 250. You know, maybe even up to level 300. It all depends on what troops you get lucky getting, because you may get some good legendaries or even a mythic. It is possible to get a good mythic troop this early in the game if you are lucky with those keys. But the thing that I really like about the bronze lock pistol is that, man, you have so much mana generation potential here. You can just keep casting it like every single turn. And it's almost faster than using, like if I stopped to use Elwyn here, it might actually, you know, slow me down a little bit, unless I'm at the end like that, and then we have one last enemy that we can take out. Because with L1, you can't target any one specific enemy. It's going to do random selection of the enemy. But if you have one enemy left on the team, that's where you can get a guaranteed target. Well, we might as well use L1 here. Boom. See, it just randomly hit one of those different teams. No rhyme or reason to it. But I do like Elwyn for that damage. It is limited. The boost is limited by how many yellow gems you can have on the board at any given time. So, you know, there is a ceiling to the amount of damage that Elwyn can do. But it is useful. You know, and with the bronze lock pistol like this, it just makes it so easy to get it full. Right there, we could sniped it. So in that case, hey, we got an arcane blade tradestone. Nice. Leveled up 151. So hey, we got some more weapons here. Vial flask and thingamabob. Yeah, no, I don't really care about those weapons. But yeah, the thing with the bronze lock pistol and with Cedric in there especially, and then we have our leprechaun, the bronze lock pistol is going to be destroying so much mana that it's going to make any troop that you put in that third spot pretty easy to get it full. Like right here, we got Elwyn full again because and it's full again. But yeah, because every time I use the bronze lock pistol, it's destroying those gems, and we're getting, ouch, lots of skull damage there. But yeah, we could just keep casting Elwyn here and doing some damage. Of course, I think that's gonna, sometimes the bronze lock pistol is a little bit quicker, just because you can get a lot more potential for skull cascades But yeah. It's kind of odd. It's rare situations sometimes where you get yourself in this place where you don't quite have enough gold yet for the pistol to destroy enough gems on the board to fill itself back up. It's got one of them switcheroo troops. That's fine. He can taste the wrath of my pistol here. We'll go ahead and use Elwyn there. I don't really care if Elwyn dies at this point. Yeah, he died. But it doesn't matter because we got our pistol. And we got plenty of skulls there, but those skulls are going to get destroyed. And do us more damage. Yeah. I really do like the bronze lock pistol. Even later in the game, it's amazing. So it's just one of those weapons that you get for free when you're leveling up your hero classes and your masteries and all that. You just get it for free at some point. As you can see that I already have it. I've had it for I don't know, probably the last 10 episodes. So yeah, the bronze lock pistol is really, really fun to use. And in my opinion, you know, it's you get it free. So in my opinion, it's almost easier to use the bronze lock pistol than it is the skeleton key weapon team. Just because you can get the bronze lock pistol for free, basically. You don't have to work to unlock it. Well, I mean, you kind of do, but, you know, if you're just playing the game normally, you're going to unlock it. It's not a big deal. But with the skeleton key, you got to go in and select the thief class. You got to unlock that class first, which takes a little bit of time. And then once you unlock it, then you got to equip it. You got to use the thief class. You got to win 250 battles. Then you get the skeleton key. And 250 battles is longer than you think. You know, considering that there's only 24 quests that you do here, or 24 battles in a kingdom quest. And it takes me about 45 minutes to an hour to do each one of these. Considering all of that, you know, 250 battles takes you a while. Now, there is a really quick, like, team that you can use for Explorer difficulty 1 to get those 250 battles, but it still takes you a while. You know, if you have the fastest team in the world and you do Explorer level 1 battles, it's still going to take you a couple of hours to get those 250 battles, which, you know, it's still a couple of hours. But I would say that it's worth it, though. The skeleton key is a really great weapon. And especially early on in the game like this, you really do need something like your skeleton key or a team like this with bronze lock pistol that's really going to make your team more powerful. Because early on like this, you're gonna have to rely on your luck of opening keys, getting legendaries or mythics. And the first ones that you get might not be good at all. You might have some really crappy legendaries or mythics that you get early on, and you're really gonna want to. You're gonna get frustrated trying to do like pet battles and stuff if you don't have the right troops that other people show in their teams, which are usually they're all high level players that already have like a lot of the best mythics and legendaries and all that stuff unlocked. But that's where the skeleton key with Cedric really does shine, is that you can be a lower level player like what I am right now. I'm only like a level 152, or I'm about 150 right now, and you know, I can unlock the skeleton key pretty soon, and I would probably be able to with this team with Cedric. With Cedric, now that I have that, I would be able to do explore battles too that are really high, along with probably completing some of those pet battles with that skeleton key team. Because the thing about the skeleton key that's different than the bronze lock pistol is that the damage is boosted by the amount of gold that you have, and that is amazing. So no matter, even if I was level on my main account, you know, I'm level like 1300 and something, but even over there I can't really boost my damage with the skeleton key beyond what it is. So the 200 is pretty much the maximum gold unless you have two Cedrics, which in that case, if you have two Cedrics in your team, one, it'll slow down the speed of your team, but it will increase your gold to, instead of 200, it'll increase it to 300, which will increase the damage of your skeleton key, but it slows down your team, like I said, and speed is almost as important as your damage output. The two things, speed and your total damage, are very important. They work together. So but yeah, the damage, back to my point there, the damage that I'm doing like on my main account with a skeleton key team is going to be the same amount of damage that you would do at level 150 with the same skeleton key team, because it's all boosted by your gold. And if you have Cedric, like I just got in the last episode here, I can get this gold up to 200, and if I do that, and I have that skeleton key, then, you know, I'm going to be doing the same amount of damage, which would be crazy. So unlocking that skeleton key will be really great. We can use that team for even PvP. That'll help us get up to rank 1 a lot quicker in PvP. The only thing at a lower level like this that'll kind of hurt your skeleton key team is the speed of getting powered up, because greed is like the main troop that really gets your team up fast when you're at a higher level. But when you're at a lower level like this, greed is not going to be as good, because it will gain gold based on it equal to its current life. And yeah, so your current life when you're at this low level is not going to be much. So greed isn't going to be really good until you're able to get at a higher level. And that's why I'm using Leprechaun, because Leprechaun has a straight gain 20 gold. So what you would have to do is probably a skeleton key team at this lower level would probably look something like Leprechaun, Egg Thief, your skeleton key weapon, and then Cedric at the bottom. Or you could have Cedric at the top of the team, and then you could have Leprechaun and Egg Thief, and then your weapon. I don't know, something like that. I'm sure once I get that far where I unlock it, I will, I'll do a video probably just on like low-level skeleton key team, and we'll go through some tough battles. We'll see what level of explore battle we can actually do with that team. It's going to be dangerous, because there's really high attack in explore battles at that point, but we'll see. We'll see. Oh, knocking my microphone all over the place. Jesus. I just had an itch here on my shoulder, and I was going up to grab it, and I knocked my microphone all over the place. But yeah. Yeah, so the bronze lock pistol, I like it, but it doesn't do as much damage as the skeleton key. So, like, I would rather use the skeleton key team for high level explore battles rather than the bronze lock pistol. Huh. Got an itch on my nose for some reason. It's weird. You ever get that feeling where it's like, it feels like there's like there's some bug or something like crawling on your nose and you just like a little itch. It's weird. Anyway, that's gross. You don't want to hear about that stuff. So yeah. But I really do like the bronze lock pistol in a team like this. L1 probably isn't the best troop to like really use with this team. You know, if we had a mythic troop like Tina 9000 for example, and that might be the first troop that I'm going to craft once I get the 4,000 diamonds. First of all, it's going to take me forever to get the 4,000 diamonds. I'm not even a fourth of the way there on this account, so it's probably going to take me months, like maybe half a year. Well, like 3 months maybe. That's if I am diligent in actually doing my daily dungeons on this account. But if we can do our daily dungeons on this account, we will. We'll get 4,000 diamonds in about 2 to 3 months from now. Probably closer to 3 because I might skip a few here and there because I still do all my daily stuff on my main account, and then it's like, oh, once I get done with that, I gotta come over to my second account and like. So at the bare minimum, I should just do my dungeons though, so that I have enough to craft a mythic. And I'm thinking a lot about what my first mythic troop is gonna be, and yes, Pharaoh's Ra is one of the best troops that you can craft early on to get all those souls. But I feel like that you want at least one really good damage mythic troop. Maybe even before Pharaoh's Ra. Just to make the game easier and more fun for you and to compete a little bit with all the other troops that you face in PvP. And so the first mythic troop that I'm going to craft is probably going to be Tina 9000, just because the true damage potential on Tina 9000 is really amazing. It's going to hit 3 random enemies, and if there's only 1 enemy left, even if it has barrier, it's going to cut through that barrier because it'll take the barrier off the first hit, and then it'll hit it 2 more times, and it's doing true damage. So it's just overall just an amazing mythic troop. It doesn't generate mana for itself, which is really the only downside to Tina 9000. But the other thing that's amazing about it is that it gains armor when you cast it, and it's quite a bit of armor, even at a lower level like this. So, but Tina 9000 in a team like this would be amazing. So if instead of Elwyn here, if I had Tina 9000 in there, it'd just be amazing. We would be able to cut through so many enemy teams so quickly because we would be using the bronze lock pistol in order to generate the mana for Tina 9000. So we would overcome that one weakness of Tina that it doesn't generate mana for itself. So we would be using the pistol to generate mana for it instead. And yeah, we'd have a fun time with that team. We'd be able to complete some of the hardest content with that. Well, we wouldn't be able to do like crazy high delves. You know, some High King Iron Gut would be a great troop for those high delves. It all depends on like what you want to do. That's the thing with some of these troops, is that some troops just work really, really good for certain things, and some others don't work as good. So there's some really great, like, top-rate mythic troops in the game, like Tina 9000, right? And Tina 9000 is great for PvP, for mostly for PvP, I would have to say. Explore battles, it's powerful there too, but only to a certain extent. Like there's other troops that are more powerful than Tina 9000 when you're dealing with level 12 explore battles. But if you're just like farming explore battles around probably level 6 to 8, Tina 9000 can probably do those really good. Now, I could other potential mythics that I might craft include Ketris the Bull, because I do have Divinia, and Divinia with Ketris the Bull would be pretty amazing, because Ketris the Bull will its attack damage is increased, boosted by its life, attack, and armor. And if you have it with a troop like Divinia, it's increasing its life, which means that ultimately it's increasing its damage. And it does splash damage, so that's a pretty powerful troop as well. But it's going to do damage to just... It won't be doing true damage. It's going to be doing damage to the armor, first of all. Whereas Tina 9000 is just going to bypass that completely and just do true damage. So I don't know. I'm really leaning towards Tina 9000. Yes, there are some other great legend or mythic troops, like the Wild Queen I could do, which is another powerful troop. But I think I would rate Tina 9000 a little higher than the Wild Queen. And of course, you have troops like the Possessed King, which is a favorite among almost everyone that plays this game, because of that final trait that it explodes 2 gems. It explodes 2 gems every 4 or 5 match, so it generates a lot of mana. That's generally why people use it. But it does have that transformation ability. But what I've found is that transformation ability sometimes can work against you with the Possessed King. So for example, it has those, like, I think it's 20% chances on 3 different troops that it hits to transform them into a random demon. So some demon troops are crap, some are pretty amazing. So it could actually hurt you if you're winning the battle and it transforms a crappy troop on the enemy team into a really dangerous demon troop, then you know, it's going to work against you. So it does. Now the Possessed King also has a damage to all, which, so it's not like it does not going to do any damage to the enemy at all. But I don't know, if somebody told me you can only craft 1 mythic troop that to use in the game, and that's the only mythic troop you can craft your entire game, you know, it's it really is difficult. Oh no, we got the Corvash down here. Ah, wow. Well, let's hit Corvash first. I'm surprised Corvash didn't actually cast. That's amazing. But yeah, I don't know. I might actually go for Tina 9000 if it was the only... Hey, we completed the quest line. Look at that. That was quick. Yeah, hooray for the bronze lock pistol and the Cedric. That really makes these battles go by quicker. So yeah, that's pretty amazing. Let's unlock this here. We got 4 battles to go. We'll unlock the Warpriest, and this is actually a pretty good class. It's not really used as often as some of the other classes in the game, but it's a human class, and it's pretty good. I actually do use it. And I'll go into more of the details on why I think it's a pretty good class once we unlock it here, but what was I talking about before? I totally forgot what I was talking about. I hate that. Oh yeah, of course. I was talking about the one mythic that I would craft if I could only craft one. For me, it probably would be Tina 9000, honestly, because there's so much to be said for its ability to do true damage to 3 random enemies. It cuts through barrier because of that. And if you put it in a team like this with my bronze lock pistol, oh, it would just absolutely devastate every team. Just, it's amazing. Yeah, I mean, it all depends on what team you have with it. Other good Tina 9000 teams are with the Mountain Crusher, because that generates brown mana, and the Tina 9000 uses brown. That's another reason why I like Tina 9000, because it does use that brown mana, and I love Mountain Crusher. Mountain Crusher and the bronze lock pistol are some of my favorite weapons in the game. Yeah, I guess we'll take the skull. Can do this, and then that, and he's gonna take a skull, and then we'll do this. I was hoping for a skull cascade. We didn't get it, but we got one. I got a skull match down there. You know, the other troop that would probably besides Tina 9000, if I could only craft one troop instead of Tina 9000, I might go for High King Iron Gut, because the thing with Iron Gut, I probably wouldn't use Iron Gut in PvP much, even though it could potentially still work pretty good in PvP, but I would... Oh yeah, Wrath, this guy. Well, we'll do that, and he'll connect the skull, and then I'll connect the skull, and he'll die. But the thing about High King Iron Gut that would be incredibly useful if I could only have one mythic, would be that High King Iron Gut can work really good for level 12 Explorer, and you're going to need that to farm your medals. And it works really good for delves, and delves are really important too for getting more resources and all that good stuff. So now that I'm thinking about it, if I could only craft one, it would probably be High King Iron Gut. But Tina 9000 is still up there for me. It's pretty good mythic. All right, let's go check out this new Warpriest class here. Where is it? There it is. Warpriest. So this is a human class. Its weapon is called Symbol of Anu. It will drain up to 12 mana from an enemy and deal 19 damage. Create gems of that troop's mana color equal to the mana drained. So again there, that is I don't know. I haven't really used this weapon much, but, you know, it's not a bad weapon. But really, the class, there's two things that right here in its traits that really make this class really good, and that is it reduces damage from skulls by 40%, and 50% chance to stun a random enemy at the start of my turn. 50% chance. I mean, this is really good. Usually you only get something like 25% chance, but it has a 50% chance to stun. And you guys know stun is really great. So having that on there. As for its talents, there's nothing really amazing in its talents, but I'll go over quickly what I think is probably the best talents here. Ferocity is probably the best one at number 1. You can gain 4 attack. Now you can gain 5 attack in PvP by selecting this one, but you know, I would just keep Ferocity selected because 1 attack's not a big deal, and that way you'll always have a boost of attack whether you're doing Explore, Delves, or PvP. So Ferocity is best there, and probably the next best is your counterattack. Leading Light is probably another good one there, but counterattack is probably what I would select because you're probably going to put this at the top of your team, and you'll be able to continue to gain attack every time you take damage. And then the best one here is Brilliant Aura. All allies gain 2 life on 4 or 5 gem matches at level 10. Level 20, we have probably a Light Storm is really good, especially if you're using weapons or teams that center around yellow. But if you do want to gain more XP, there's Quick Study. And then for level 40, probably Armor of Light. Either that or Commander. You can gain 2 to all skills if you're in the first position. Otherwise, I think Armor of Light is really good. All troops gain 4 armor. For level 70, you have all allies start battle with 15% mana, which is pretty close to a Medal of Anu, because right now a Medal of Anu will give you 20% starting mana on all your troops. So right here, Inspiration, you can gain 15% mana without even equipping an Anu medal. And I'm pretty sure that the Anu medal will not stack with this. So there's that. But yeah, you can gain a bonus yellow mana here with Lightbringer, or Bloodthirsty you can become Enraged. So all 3 of these options at level 70 are pretty decent. Finally, at level 100, you have the option of gaining stats to different troop types every single turn. You have the Bold General, where Tauros allies will gain 1 attack every turn. Divinity, all divine allies gain 2 life every turn. And Urska Major, all Urska allies gain 1 attack every turn. Now, it really does baffle me how or why sometimes the classes don't really match up with the class type. So, for example, this is a human class, and you would think at level 100, one of these would be all human allies gain 1 to, you know, like the stats of something every single turn. But that's not the case. So apparently, you know, you use this class and you can put Taurus allies, Divine, or Urska ones in there, and you can gain all stats. There's not really a best one down there. It just depends on which one of those troop types you build a team around. But yeah, not a bad class. I really like the 50% stun. So that's one of the things that makes it pretty amazing. So yeah, that's what I think of that class. And so this has been episode 21, Leonis Empire. So I'll see you guys in the next one. We're going to be doing the Sin of Mirage next, and then we might be able to unlock the Delves after we complete the Sin of Mirage. I don't know about that. I have a hunch that that's the kingdom I need to unlock for it, unless I have to unlock a cluster of these to do it. But we'll find out once we get there. So next episode, we'll be going to the Sin of Mirage. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you in the next episode. Later.